welcome to this Fieldglass overview for evaluating highlight reports and reviewing and approving milestones and fees. Once you are logged into Fieldglass, your landing page will look very similar to this. So if we go over to the work items menu, this is where you will find any milestones and fees pending your approval. And in the messages center, you will find notifications for those milestones and fees, but also notifications for any highlight reports. Highlight reports don't show on your work items, so you do need to access them through your messages, which would also be emailed over to yourself. So if I click on this notification that says supplier has completed and submitted their sale highlight report, and if we scroll down, this is the message that you would have received via email. And if you click here and follow the link, it will take you directly to the highlight report. Highlight reports are submitted at the same time as milestones. So the milestones are more the financial value, and highlight reports are all the details and information of the work completed up and for that particular milestone. So these are submitted alongside the milestones. And if I scroll down, you will find details of all the information submitted by the supplier. In this example, it's very brief, but this would be filled out by the supplier and in as much detail as possible. Of course, you will be in contact with the supplier, so you will have these updates throughout. But this is how it's housed within Fieldglass. And of course, if you are ever unavailable, your delegate would be able to act on your behalf to approve any milestones, and they would be reviewing and evaluating the highlight report first. So if I scroll to the top, under actions, you have an action to evaluate. So if I click on here, you'll be able to give this a star rating. You can also give half-star ratings and little headings of what each rating means. So for this example, I'll select 5, and you'd be able to add any additional comments here that you would like, and then complete evaluate. And then now, if we go to the work items, so we can now look at the milestone. And here you will find the milestone or list of milestones if you had any more that had been submitted. You can select the ID of the milestone or click on to go to details. And this is where you will find the requested amount. So this is the amount that the supplier has submitted, and the final amount, that is the amount that would have originally been agreed. Sometimes the supplier might submit a little bit less or a little bit more, depending on the work that has been completed. And then if we scroll further down, you will find information around the deliverables and acceptance criteria, which is what you would have provided. So this is a good reference point just to know everything that should have been completed at this point before approving the milestone. Once you do select approve, the status of this milestone will change to invoiced. That means that the invoice process on our side has started, and it can't be reversed. So please ensure that you are happy before you select approve. Here you have some options to fill out any additional information if required, and then you would hit approve at the end. And then the status, like I advised, would change to invoiced. So if we go back to the work items menu, you can see there is a fee pending approval. So if we click on to the fee, again, you'd have the list of fees. If there was more, you can select the ID, or you can click on go to details so that you can see any further information that you needed before hitting approve. As you can see, this is the figure that they have submitted, and they have entered under fee payments that is for travel costs and the description of that travel and the amount. And if you were happy with this, again, you would hit approve. If you needed to make any changes to that amount, which I would advise that you speak to the supplier about beforehand if you were making any changes. But if you are all happy, you would hit approve. Thank you.